I hope you're ready, Spurs fans, because the rebuilding era is officially over. San Antonio has acquired a true game changer in Victor Wimbanyama, who was selected in the 2023 NBA Draft. This 20-year-old French talent is ready to blow up the league. So the Spurs front office needs to put together the ideal supporting group around him. But hold on to your seats, because there is a glaring gap in the lineup, the need for a top-tier point guard. And according to rumors, the Spurs are focusing on none other than Trae Young, the sensation on the Atlanta Hawks. According to sources, talks have already occurred between San Antonio and Atlanta, raising the possibility of a blockbuster deal, with whispers circulating that Atlanta is open to dealing with Young. This summer could be a seismic shift for both teams' rosters. On the surface, Young and the towering Victor Wimbanyama seem like an odd pairing. After all, Wimbanyama dominates the competition at 7'4" and 210 pounds, while Young is only 6'1" and 164 pounds. Sometimes, though, opposites attract, especially on the basketball court. Therefore, we're going to dig deep into the possibility that Trae Young is the Spurs' elusive missing component today. So let's get into it. Born on September 19, 1998, Rayford Trae Young is an American basketball player making waves in the NBA with the Atlanta Hawks. Hailing from the University of Oklahoma, Young burst onto the scene as a dynamic playmaker. After being selected in the 2018 NBA Draft by the Dallas Mavericks, he was quickly traded to the Atlanta Hawks in a move that stunned the whole league, as the Hawks acquired a future star in return for Luka Doncic. Young has emerged as the team's face after formally joining the Hawks in July of 2018, mesmerizing supporters with his incredible passing and scoring prowess. But now, the rumor mill is buzzing with speculation that Young could be moved again, this time to the San Antonio Spurs. With his knack for lighting up the scoreboard and creating opportunities for his teammates, Young's potential arrival in San Antonio has fans dreaming of a new era of dominance for the Spurs. Will Young bring his signature swagger and game-changing talent to the Alamo City? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. If Trae Young lands in San Antonio, the NBA landscape could be in for a seismic shift. Recent reports from Bleacher Report have outlined what potential suitors like the Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers could offer the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for their dynamic point guard. The Spurs are the clear favorites to blow up the market, even though both teams may sweeten the pot with several draft picks. The Spurs, though, have something much bigger up their sleeves, even though the Lakers have been involved. Ready to make an impact that might change the league landscape, San Antonio has abundant assets and a solid desire to contend for championships again. It may seem like a hefty price tag, 4 first-round picks for Trae Young, but let's break it down. By giving up 2 seconds and the Hornets selection protections, the Spurs are essentially trading down and returning the Hawks picks to them in return for Murray. From one angle, San Antonio executes a delayed trade of Murray for Young, which enables the team to be competitive enough to get Wimbanyama in the interim. The Spurs have amassed several first-round picks throughout the rebuilding process, but Wimbanyama changed the schedule. San Antonio may be even selecting in the top 5 again this year, but will it be possible to find a player with more versatility than Young? Young's ability to create offensive plays and score offensive points is evident, even with worries about his defense. He is the ultimate setup man, having led the league in assists for 3 straight seasons, and is in a prime position to feed Wimbanyama for those high-percentage shots. Although the defense does have a weak point, the Spurs could easily make up for it with Wimbanyama anchoring the paint alongside defensive players like Sohan and Vassell. Basketball fans are giddy with anticipation about the possible chemistry between Trae Young and Victor Wimbanyama, and retired NBA great Carmelo Anthony couldn't agree more. Anthony highlighted Young's potential influence on the San Antonio Spurs while speaking on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast. Anthony highlighted Young's infectious personality and his abilities on the court. He said this: "Trae? Yeah, hell yeah," Anthony exclaimed. "I think you need another alpha. Trae Young brings a certain type of energy, so I think that's something San Antonio should look at." With Anthony's endorsement adding weight to the idea, it's clear that Young's presence could be a game changer for the Spurs, injecting a new level of intensity and leadership that could propel them to greater heights. The prospect of Young and Wimbanyama teaming up is tempting, and if the Spurs make the move, they could be on the brink of a thrilling new era in San Antonio basketball. Imagine the possibilities. A dynamic duo wreaking havoc on opposing defenses, supported by a solid defensive foundation. With Young's shooting potential improving, the Spurs offense could become a force force to be reckoned with. And let's remember the upcoming draft. The future looks incredibly bright if the Spurs can snag high-end players who complement this core. A rapid turnaround could be on the horizon, with 2025 shaping up to be the year the Spurs reclaim their spot among the NBA elite. Trae Young's killer instinct is evident in his on-court performance and showcased in his embrace of the villain role during the intense battles of the 2021 NBA playoffs. For the San Antonio Spurs, finding a player with such a blend of clutch scoring ability and unselfish playmaking is crucial, especially in late-game situations where they need someone to take charge, while also elevating the play of rising star Victor Wimbanyama. And they found the perfect fit in Young, the Hawks' standout guard. However, Carmelo Anthony offers a sage perspective on the Spurs situation. He recognizes that while Wimbanyama shows promise now, there may be better paths to long-term success than rushing to become a contender, like the Oklahoma City Thunder did with their young talents. Anthony points out that the Spurs, under the steady hand of Greg Popovich, have a reputation for patience and meticulous development. They got a plan for the kid, Anthony explains. Let it play out. Pop knew they were going to be trash, so San Antonio is not in a rush. They're one of those organizations that can build and develop. They have a plan for them. Let it play out. Be patient. In Anthony's eyes, trusting the Spurs process and allowing Wimbanyama to grow at his own pace could yield more significant future rewards. And with Young potentially joining the fold, the Spurs may have all of the pieces they need to build a formidable contender when the time is right. But one thing is abundantly clear. The future of basketball in the Alamo City hangs in the balance. With the tantalizing prospect of Young's dynamic play and Wimbanyama's towering presence, Spurs fans are excited about what lies ahead. But now the ball is in your court, Spurs fans. Do you believe Trae Young could be the missing piece to elevate your team to championship contention? Are you ready to embrace the possibility of a dynamic duo leading the charge for the silver and black? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.